Well, summer is surely here. Good morning and welcome to Townsquare Sunday. I'm Jim Phillips. Lots of action coming up next month in Mount Hope Bay off the coast of Fall River and nearby Rhode Island communities. The 13th annual, 13th?
Yeah,
13th?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
13th annual Borden Lite Marina cigarette poker run is scheduled for August 24th. It starts at 11 a.m. It is headquartered at the Borden Lite Marina, where a business is located, the Tipsy Seagull.
Mm-hmm.
And here to talk to us about this entire event is Nicole Lund. Nicole Lund is, she and her husband owns the Tipsy Seagull Bar and Grill, which I understand is a seasonal floating bar on the Fall River waterfront. I worked in Fall River 21 years. I never knew they had a place like this. Maybe they didn't. But welcome, Nicole.
Thank you, Jim. Thanks for having me.
Okay. So the poker run, and these are performance boats that travel in excess of 50 miles an hour. It's really quite a show. It starts and ends at the Borden Lite Marina.
That's right.
We want to make that clear. And so how did the poker run start? In 2006, were you involved at that time?
I was not.
Okay.
I was not, no.
But clearly this has caught on. You wouldn't do it for 13 years.
Right, that's right.
It wouldn't happen for 13 years if people didn't enjoy it.
Right.
But tell us what you know about the start of this thing.
Sure. So 13 years ago, this poker run was actually held at the Regatta in Fall River, which is currently the Cove, for those that weren't around for the Regatta. And it was a pretty big event. And for those of you that don't know, a poker run is essentially very similar to a motorcycle poker run where you are going to 5 different stops to collect your cards and the best hand wins. So we're doing that on water, which is exciting. And once the regatta sold, my husband, Michael, who was very passionate about boating and poker runs, and he participated in poker runs in the area, he said, we can't let this die. So he said, we'll take it over. Brought it over to Borden Lite Marina, which was the year prior to the Tipsy Seagull opening, and that's kind of how it all started.
Very good. So it has grown to some degree. I guess there was a handful of boats really at the start.
Yeah.
Now what's the participation like?
So last year we had about 50 boats. Each boat has an average of 3 to 4 crew members, so it's a decent size event. And you know, it's interesting over the years, the number of performance boats have grown just because of technology. So, you know, boats are faster, they're bigger. You know, years ago, you would see, you know, an outer limits boat here and there. You wouldn't see 5 or 6 in the bay in the weekend. And now it's changed. And, you know, center consoles are going 50, 70, 80 miles per hour. So they're part of the event now. So we've really expanded the brand of boats, the number of boats, and the number of people who attend the event. So it's a good thing. So
the event itself will start at 11 a.m., but really it's kind of a weekend celebration.
Right,
it's not just on the 24th.
That's right.
Tell us about the weekend.
Sure. So we have boats will start coming in Friday afternoon. We're hosting a VIP reception Friday night for participants and sponsors of the event. And then Saturday morning is really, you know, the place will be full. And people are welcome to come down Friday afternoon, Saturday morning. We start selling bolo sandwiches at the Tipsy Seagull at 8 a.m. And the drivers will have all their motors on display and the boats on display for people to walk the docks and check out the boats. And then the boats will take off at 11:30 under the Braga Bridge, which is probably the best, you know, that's the best place to be, is right there at the Tipsy Seagull to see them taking off. It's really cool to see. And then the boats will head to East Providence for their first stop. So they'll grab a card in East Providence, and then they will head to the dock side in Newport, Rhode Island. So if you're in that area and you can get to the dock side around lunchtime, the boats all show up. And it's really a sight to see, because these power boats are coming in surrounded by sailboats and mega yachts. And the town is just like, what is going on? What are these boats doing, you know, rattling our mega yachts? And they come in and they all tie up and they have lunch there at the dockside. And then from there, they head to Bristol and Warwick for their other cards. And then their last card stop is back at the marina. So They get back there around 4 and then play their cards. There's live auctions, all that good stuff.
And for those who may wonder what's the incentive here for these boat folks, well, boat owners, the fact is there is prize money involved.
That's right, yeah.
Has it always been that way?
Always, yeah. And so believe it or not, these poker runs are held all over the nation. I mean, you can go to upstate New York, Michigan, Florida. They're everywhere. It's not, people who aren't boaters don't really realize that. But this community of people really make such an effort to raise money. Majority, if not all of these poker runs are all charity driven. But there is prize money involved. A lot of the times, these guys will give it back to the charity, which is great. And then there's live auctions that we're raising money for. So it's all good.
So you mentioned, really, that these are high-speed performance boats.
Yeah.
What makes them special on the water? What is the attraction here? And I suppose it's speed. That's it.
That's it. I mean, speed, I remember the first time I went in my husband's Outer Limits boat, and it's just such a high. Of course, I was nervous at first. I have little kids. Do I want to put myself in this position? But it's just, it's such a high, and it's so much fun. And these boats are really, they're gorgeous. The paint jobs and the engines and, the way they are customized and the custom cushions. They go above and beyond to make they're showpieces. They really are pieces of art.
So you mentioned there were 50 boats last year.
Yeah.
You've been doing registration, I imagine, but there's always going to be some late registration.
Yeah.
How many boats do you expect?
So we're expecting this year about 75 boats. We're partnering this year with Make-A-Wish. So I think when people hear a national charity like that, they're really looking to get involved and sign up early and do what they can to help an organization like that.
And potential racers can still sign up. Is that right?
Yep, that's right. So we have information on our Facebook page, which is Borden Lite Marina Charity Poker Run, as well as on our website, bordenlitemarina.com, where you can either register online or you can fill out forms and mail them in. So there's a couple different ways that you can still register.
All right. You're listening to Townsquare Sunday, by the way. My guest is Nicole Lund from the Tipsy Seagull Bar and Grill in Fall River, and they are at the Borden Lite Marina in Fall River. And she is touting the 13th annual Borden Lite Marina Cigarette Performance Boat Poker Run. And it really is an exciting time, the way she's describing it here. What's the best place? I think you said the best place to view the boats, at least to start, is right at the marina and at the Tipsy Seagull. Are there some other great spots where you can see these boats go by?
Sure. You have the Cove. That's right down the river from us. You want to be near the Braga Bridge. That's where they take off. That's where it's most exciting. We have a lot of boats that will anchor in the harbor and actually, watch them drive right by their boats, which is kind of a cool way to see them go by. But, yeah, the Tipsy Seagull, Borden Lake Marina, the Cove is a great spot. You have the City Pier, lots of different places. As long as you're near the Braga Bridge, you'll see those boats take off.
Yeah. Has there been publicity at these stops, East Providence? In other words, will people be there to watch? Are those spectator sites?
They certainly can. East Providence, Bristol, and Warwick are more of a drive-by, so the guys are actually standing out and just grabbing their cards. So Newport is really the only stop where the boats stop and stay for lunch for a little bit. So if you're looking to see the boats in action and on the water, the dockside in Newport is a really great place to see that happen.
And do you have partners in Newport? Obviously you do. This is set up.
We do. So the boats tie up at Westwind Marina, and they are very gracious to us every year to let these boats come in. And, they're seasonal customers. They move their boats for the day and let these performance boats come in, kind of stir up the pot a little bit there in Newport, and then we stay and have lunch at the dockside. So, yeah, it's nice that we've built that relationship with the dockside and Westwind Marina for this event.
Now, we mentioned prize money here. First prize, according to your website, $2,500.
That's right.
Second prize is $500.
Yeah.
Third prize, well, it's a plaque and a gift certificate.
Yeah.
But that first prize is certainly tantalizing. 75 boats, August 24th, the Borden Lite Marina Cigarette Performance Boat Poker Run. August 24th, 11 a.m. We should make it clear, as you have, I think you mentioned a couple of times, you want to get into this a little bit more, that this is a charity race and that Make-A-Wish foundations in Massachusetts and Rhode Island are the recipients this year. Why Make-A-Wish? How did that happen?
So this has been a charity event since day one. The participants are so gracious. You know, they bet on extra hands. They buy extra hands. It's such a fun event. Last year, or 2 years ago, rather, we had a gentleman shave his beard off. People were just throwing money just to raise money. And in the past, we've given to the Fall River Christmas Parade, the Boys and Girls Club, the BAM Foundation, Fall River Historical Society, and so many other organizations have benefited. But this year we decided to go with Make-A-Wish, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island, just because, well, actually it was a suggestion of one of our repeat participants. So there's a gentleman who, he actually keeps his boat at Borden Lite Marina, and he approached Michael and I and said, hey, you know, this is a big poker run. Let's raise some serious money for an organization like Make-A-Wish, Mass, and Rhode Island, and really help some local kids out. And we said, hey, why not? So, you know, we're reaching out to sponsors this year, which we typically don't do, just so that we can really put our best foot forward and hopefully make a few wishes come true for some of these kids.
So what have you raised in the past?
15,000, 10,000 in that ballpark. So it's on average, it's about $10,000 per wish for these kids. So we're hoping to bring in $20,000, $30,000 this year.
All right. We wish you luck with that.
Thanks.
And Make-A-Wish, you're working with them, another one of your partners, I assume, too.
Yeah.
They know what you're doing and all of that. Is this poker run something that local folks get involved with? Yeah, I know they come to your place and they come to the bar and grill and all of that, but is there a local participation? Is there local boat owners? And when I say local, I mean, you know, the South Coast.
Yeah.
I know a lot of folks come from other places and with the pleasure boating or performance boating communities.
Yeah.
That's not really us. So tell us how locals participate.
Well, you say that's not really us, but Borden Lite Marina has 289 slips at
I
the
could
marina.
be surprised.
So I think once you step outside the box and head to the waterfront, you'd be surprised on how many performance boat owners there are in this area. I mean, Outer Limits, which is it's a well-known performance boat. They're built right in Bristol, Rhode Island. And, you know, there are quite a few Outer Limits owners right in our marina. So I think you'd be surprised on how many local people participate in the run. And then we have some participants from New York, New Jersey. There's a few from there, maybe one or two from Florida, but majority of the participants, are actually local.
All right. And folks come back.
They do, yeah, every year. I mean, we've heard from people, which is so nice to hear, that this is one of the most fun poker runs they attend. I mean, it doesn't hurt that we have the Tipsy Seagull for them to be at Friday night and Saturday night and, you know, just hang out and relax for the weekend. So
make it a party weekend.
That's right.
So why don't you tell us where can people go to learn more about the Borden Lite Marina Performance Boat Poker Run? And I've been able to get information not only on the Borden Lite Marina, but also on your own website and Facebook page, Tipsy Seagull.
Yeah.
But tell us where people can go. And
Sure. So there's actually a Borden Lite Marina charity poker run Facebook page where you can get all kinds of information, whether it's about registration or if you're interested in sponsoring the event. There's sponsor information there. That information is also available at bordenlitemarina.com. The Tipsy Seagull Facebook page is a great place to go to get information. We kind of share information amongst the two businesses. So any of those places you can get information about the event and where to be and what's going on.
Okay, so if you're walking in the middle of this, this is the Borden Lite Marina Cigarette Poker Run for performance boats. It's happening August 24th on the Fall River Waterfront. The headquarters, the place to be really, is at the Fall River Borden Lite Marina, and also the Tipsy Seagull Bar and Grill, which serves as really kind of the headquarters of where this performance race is starting out. And really, it's an all-weekend thing. You've got 5 or 6 weeks to to make plans because obviously we're a little bit ahead of the game here, but that's obviously we want to get people to know about this, and it is all going to a good cause,
That's
which is
right,
Make-A-Wish in Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Anything else you'd like to add to this?
No, just register early, get those forms in, and if you're interested in sponsoring, reach out to us, office@bordenlightmarina.com. We're really looking forward to making some wishes come true for some local children in our area. We're hoping to get some families down for the weekend, maybe take them for some boat rides, get them involved in the live auction. So really it's about the kids. So, I mean, it's a fun event. You know, these guys come from all over and, you know, they bring their boats to show off. But at the end of the day, it's about raising money for these kids.
Thank you, Nicole Lund, for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Good luck with the Borden Lite Marina Polka Run for performance boats coming up August 24th in Fall River. Don't go away. Townsquare Sunday returns in just a moment.